Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is SABRIYANDA. I am a medical student from the University of Bengkulu. On this occasion, I will explain about health journal. I will present a health journal entitled Higher Body Mass Index May Increase Pre-Hypertension Rise. This journal was written by Rika Rahmawati and Yurista Permanasari in the years of 2011. I will explain about this journal in each section. And the first of background, the next method, three result, and the last conclusion. The first I will explain about background. Obesity can create various health problems, one of which is hypertension. Many studies show a relationship between obesity and hypertension. However, few report on Indonesia. These people assessed the rise of obesity based on body mass index and abdominal circumference against the pre-hypertension in Indonesia. Obesity might create various health problems. Among others is hypertension. The last The latest data from the Health Research Association in 2007 show that hypertension prevalence rate in Indonesia is quite high, at 31.7% in Indonesia. Hypertension is the number 3 cause of death from all categories of disease. After stroke and tuberculosis, the prevalence of overweight at age 15 years and over was 80.8% and obesity was 19.1%. Many studies have shown an association between overweight and increased blood pressure. There are few reports linking overweight and obesity to the rise of prehypertension in Indonesia. In the framework of prevention before becoming hypertension, an analysis of obesity risk against prehypertension become important. This paper presents an assessment rise of overweight and obesity based on body mass index, abdominal circumference, and several other factors to on prehypertension rise in Indonesia. And next, in this code, I will explain about methods. Methods for this analysis, they use data from a cross-sectional of basic health research in Indonesia or RISCAS 2007. Analysis was carried out among 18 to 60 years old subjects. Criteria for prehypertension refer to Joint International Committee on Prevention, Detection, Evaluation, and Treatment of High Blood Pressure (USA), whereas the overweight and obesity criteria refer to the Western Pacific region of WHO 2000. Risk test is a national scale survey. The sample represents the population of Indonesia from 33 provinces and 440 districts. Calculation of sample was done by two-stage sampling method. Step 1 was to determine household which subsequential selects from a simple random sampling. Step 2 determine a household member and select household to the interview and physical measurement. The next criteria for prehypertension refer to Joint National Committee on Prevention, Detection, Evaluation, and Treatment of High Blood Pressure whereas the overweight and obesity criteria refer to the Western Pacific region of WHO 2000. In this case, thus 2007, blood pressure was measured using a digital pressure meter validated by standard measurement of a mercury spirometer. Monomanometer. Consumption behavior, example, fiber, salty food, fatty food, and caffeine. Smoking behavior and physical activity were collected by interview using a structured questionnaire. And to get the same perception at the time of the interview despite regarding the classification of physical activity and consumption of serving of fruit and vegetable fiber was used. Consumption of fiber is divided into two categories: insufficient consumption of fiber with a composite indicator of the portion and frequency of fruit and vegetable consumption was less than 4 serving and a day and less than 7 days a week. Sufficient if consumption of fiber composition indicator of the portion and frequency of consumption of fruit and vegetable was more than 4 serving a day and 7 days a week. Smoking behavior is categorized into never if subject had never smoked at all. Once when I responded in the past month but previously did not smoke. Active if the respondent smoked in the past months daily or occasionally. Physical activity is category is into adequate and inadequate. Activity were a category into adequate if the activity were performed continually for less than 10 minutes in an activity without interruption and in a cumulative 150 minutes for 5 day weeks. In addition to frequency, intensity data collection was also carried. The number of days to do activity heavy, medium, and walk, the calculation of number of minutes of physical activity in a week also considered the type of activity undertaken, in which such a week was given the current activity on for the activity heavy, 4 times the activity of being twist or on the activity of like on or a leisure store. Act in categories into third, namely uh, 18 to 29 years and 30 to 40 years and 41 to 60 years. Okay, next. In this study, the entire analysis is based on the total sample of host members after missing value and outlier were removed. Total sample was inputted by 1. Measurement variable of a group 18 to 60 years old, and 2. Blood pressure measurement variable of normal tendency and prehypertension category. 3. Weight, height, and abdominal circumference variable. 4. Biomedical test result variable. And the last, consumption behavior, physical activity, and smoking behavior variable. The level of obesity rise based on body mass index and abdominal circumference category as well as other rise factor again. prehypertension was determined by COX regression. If the result of behavior analysis the value of P less than 0.25, risk factor can be considered as a candidate in the multivariate analysis to determine of strong risk factor for the occurrence of prehypertension. Data analysis was performed using the program state version 9. This study has received technical approval from the Technical Committee for Health Research and Development Agency, Ministry of Health Republic Indonesia. Next, the third one I will explain about ratio. Number of total risk as the subject age 18 to 60 years old was 367,870. Okay. Following inclusion criteria and completeness of data for this assessment, the number of subjects was 2,884. Of the total 2,884 subjects, 1,660 or 57.9% were prehypertension and 1,224 or 42.4% were normal blood pressure. Next. Table 1 show the prehypertension and normal blood pressure. Subjects were similarly distributed with respect of fiber consumption, salty food consumption, and physical activity. Those who had central obesity, abdominal circumference, blood glucose level of 200 milligram per liter or more, and hypercholesterolemia, consumed caffeine, and smoking habits were more likely had higher prehypertension rise than their reference group. Next, table 2, which is the final model, show that there are 4 dominant factors that increase prehypertension. These factors were body mass index, age, gender, and LDL, cholesterol level compared with the normal body mass index. Overweight and obese subject had overweight and obese subject had 15% and 25% more prehypertension rise. The analysis also saw the proportion and prehypertension began to increase in the X group of 60 to 40 years, and they are at higher rise in age 40 years or over. Male and then female subjects were had 23% to experience prehypertension. In addition, those who had high and normal blood LDL level had 11% more prehypertension rise. And the last one, I will explain about conclusion. In conclusion, higher body mass index and higher LDL might increase prehypertension rise. Monitoring of body weight and LDL level control routinely recommended. Okay. Thanks so much. Maybe that's all I can say about this health journal. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Sorry if there is an error. Thank you so much and see you later.